What's happening, everyone? Welcome to Wednesday night pre-Thanksgiving, early but 3 weeks late, 4 weeks late live stream. Hope we got some sound, hope we got some video. I think we've had the slideshow going, no one's complained yet, so I think the sound is all right. Let's give everyone a chance to catch up here, and we will go from there. Let's see who we got on tonight. Welcome back. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be back in the living. Thanks, cheese, grits, and NyQuil. Great start to a long weekend. Yeah, long weekend's coming up. I've been working diligently to get things caught back up around here. Man, yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks. I was hoping to do some stuff before SEMA. I did a couple of little quick ones during SEMA, but as I realized, it was way too hard to manage live during SEMA, so I think if I'm going to do live, I got to plan it out better, and maybe bring an assistant with me or have someone set up who's there to kind of help me record and do things. So it's really hard to do it all. But just to recap on things, yeah, SEMA this year was an absolute blast. It was great to see everyone. Great to see a lot of people back that haven't been back in years. It was cool. My wife was able to come for the first time ever. She got to meet a lot of people she never met. It was just a great time. It was a great show, great event. Iwata and FBS and Trullers, everyone really just did an outstanding job. And I think the Iwata booth was one of the best booths they've ever had. So it was really, really a good time. And our charity auction went great Monday night. And then we came home and wasn't feeling great and got COVID. That went me down, and then last week was, yeah, man, my computer just, aside from that, I wasn't sick all really this week or last week, but right an hour before the feed, my computer just died. Luckily, I was able to get it back up. I brought it in, I haven't checked out, there's nothing wrong with it, but I replaced the power supply and plugs and just went through the system, so hopefully it's fine, but it's definitely time to hunt for a new system. And then, yeah, in between that, we had Kaylee's 18th birthday, so thank you for everyone with the birthday wishes. She is here. She is wiped, so she's not going to talk too much. But she wanted to thank everyone for their birthday wishes. And yeah, so now we are finally here. We are back in action. Let's talk about what we're doing. I'm going to be doing this koi painting. Let me bring this up. So this is a variation of one of my kois, and then I'm going to use one of the patterns I did before, and I put a poll up. I'll have to have Kaylee. Kaylee, can you refresh that poll? I put a poll up on which to do, wave, or
You have to end this poll though.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I have to end it?
I think I have to end this current poll. I don't know.
You guys can still see the poll. If you haven't voted the poll, this is what we're doing.
The fan one is still up.
The
wind or fan.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a poll at the top. I just don't see it here. For fan or wind. So the background in the image I have, the reference image, is the fan, which is this one. This is the one I did for SEMA.
Right now, wind is winning.
And then I have one for wind. So we'll take a few minutes, let you guys go through, vote. Now we got more people here. See which we want to go on it. And let me show you what these look like in practice. This is Lee. Oh, Mr. Leahy's back in already. I was watching the feed right to the end, then I clicked over. Man, that looked awesome. And that little camera switching to the end, that'll edit out fine. Thank you for, that looked awesome, man. So, let me talk about, we have the amazing Honey with the first to Super Chat. Thank you. Thank you. So, this was the painting I did in Las Vegas. Well, not in Las Vegas, for Las Vegas, for the SEMA show. And it wasn't really just for SEMA. It was a painting I've been wanting to do for a while. And broke a lot of new ground for me as far as what I'm wanting to do, because I'm wanting to marry like a lowrider style with the Japanese koi. But I did these new patterns, which are here, and then if you look really close, here, which is, both these are available. This is the wave and water like stripe pattern strip, and then that's the fan. And I really love the way it came out, so that got me, to make a whole bunch of patterns that I've been wanting to make for a while. And this is all based off Japanese style or Komodo style Sashiko, which is like a pattern you'll see in clothing, tapestry, Komodos, just in the culture. So I figured last year we did the pattern set with all the patterns, which that's still available. And, that's still available with this here. So that was last year's we did, and now this year, for all of you who have it or haven't got it yet, this has the new add-on, which is, so anyone who already has this pattern, so it's free download. Anyone who buys it now, you'll get it now as well. So that's the shining pattern. I have another one I'm probably going to put up this week, so I'll keep you posted on that. But so I did the Japanese Sashiko style, which is a lot of stuff like this. So we have like the wind. We have a hexagon with rounded, like a rounded hexagon with like a lotus flower type inside, and that's a square version. And then the fan. Then this kind of really wild circle pattern. And these are just for doing, obviously, in blue. I just did them in blue because it's kind of the style of Sashiko. But man, this is just another thing to add to your collection of motorcycle patterns and things to not just do boring hexagons like everyone else does. This one's really wild. I'm definitely going to do something with this. I want to make like the inside ones darker and then pick as I go and like drop shadow. I think it'll be really, really cool. So I'm definitely going to do a how-to on this. There's another simpler kind of fan pattern. This is a cool like seashell. This is almost very Art Deco style. Then we have a weave. Then this is the wind, which we might use tonight depending on the bowl. Another interlaced like Y pattern. And then there is the water kind of wind bar. This one I did it in a tight one and then a more opened up one. You can see it on the when you do the download. This one's a little bit more open, so it's easier to weed. So that's all available right now. It's all available on MckayFineArt.com, which is right here. And for those, you can just QR code that. That'll bring you right over to the site. And yeah, that's another way to say it, but it's also Sashiko, which is the other, the thread pattern. So yeah, there's definitely a few different variations. And then, so we got that. And obviously, we have the big Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. Let's touch base on that quick, and then I can get into painting here. So, Black Friday, Merry 30, that's going to run till Friday. I'm just going to leave the codes up till Monday. All these codes are going to run till Monday. So you can use Merry 30. You can do Cyber 30, whichever you want. And then for members, if you're a member of the fee, that means all you guys, if you use your membership discount code, you'll get 40% off. And if you are not a member yet, you can click the link in the description, or you can do that QR code where it says join now, and you can join before you buy, and then go into your membership panel and you'll get the code there. That'll give you 40% off. That's all digital downloads. That's not just the Sashiko. That's off all digital downloads. So that's a Skull Revolution. That's patterns. So if you've been waiting to get a bunch of vector downloads, this is the weekend to do it. Get them now, because the only time I ever go this low, I never go to 30 except for this week, and the 40s never happen except for the members. So I want to thank you guys for all your support. So that's what we got going on there. So again, thank you guys, and everyone who signs up, you'll get on this list, and you'll help make this content even better. All right. So that's my sales pitch. I'm not going to try to do much more sales pitching, but it will help me out. It will help things get going. Kaylee, is that poll still active, or has it been?
Yeah, but wind is still winning.
Wind is still winning? Is it like?
It's like 22 votes, but only 31 viewers. So.
Okay. Well, so cool. So, honey, thank you for that super chat. My brother John's in the house. Let me see who's over on Facebook. Hey, man, we got Terrence. What's going on, Terrence? James Collier, Jeff, Mark, Wade, Gerald Mendez. How you guys doing? Thank you for popping in. Sell you solar panels, Steve? Yeah, I could definitely sell you some of those. No, I'm good. For those of you, hope you guys didn't miss it, definitely watch it on the replay. Steve did his painting, finished up that painting of the vintage. That was Harley, right? Or was that an Indian? That was Harley. It came out amazing. Absolutely amazing. Alright, so, pretty simple. I'm going to follow this kind of look. I'm going to do this type of coloring. Obviously, not this much work. This painting will be available. I'm going to put this on the site soon. I got to photograph it. I'm going to see if I can make prints of it, but I don't think the prints will be very good considering the amount of flake that's in this. So we're going to give it a shot and see how they look. But this original will be available for purchase. But it's not going to be a live feed pricing, just FYI. So we got about 60 hours into this piece, but I figured I'd do a painting similar in the same color tones, just to kind of give you an idea what this had into it, and we'll go from there. All right. So my sketch here, my drawing, was just a quick digital, and then a quick ink refinement, and then I did my... I'm trying to make this live feed tonight fairly quick because I want to try to be done in time so Tim can get into his for his portrait one at 9:30. So I'm going to see if I can wrap this up fairly quickly. And we'll go from there. Big Mountain Custom, thank you very much. Make sure you guys use those discounts. I know someone forgot to put it in ahead of time. You got to actually put that discount code in to get it. I don't want to do a whole bunch of refunds, so let me know. Actually, I'm going to check, just make sure yours went through normal, so I'll be happy to know if everyone else's went in. Dashboard, trying to think. I think it's all good. Everything looks good. You're able to use the discount, so good. Let me know if there's any issues because I want to make sure everything's gonna be good for everyone involved. All right. So I did my traditional paper with the soft pencil on the back. Gerald, you just there's a whole bunch of links. You can click the link before this one that'll get you over to YouTube, or just go over to YouTube, Airbrush Down Dirty Tricks. It's going live right now. If you subscribe, you probably have a notification. But if you go to my post before this, I had a link going right to it. All right. So I did my paper transfer, which soft lead pencil on the back, ink pen on the front to get a transfer. Then, basically, just like I would normally do with a plotter or everything else, the order went through Big Mountain, so you should be all set. Check your spam, check your junk. I've been having a lot of issues with that with people. Make sure you get the order. If you don't, give me a buzz. We'll make sure you're all set. And then what I'm doing, I'm just taking my razor blade, and I've already done it to save time, but I'm going around the whole perimeter, and I'm doing all the major places where I'm going to pull. And then I can also do a paper cut style. Okay. So, I'm going to pull out the background here because I want it to look like the reference image over there. This is a Black Wednesday sale watching. Yeah, we're all trying to get our stuff in because, I just been trying to get back on track because just the past few weeks between everything, just haven't been able to do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the background first, and that's going to kind of silhouette him or her, whatever you want the fish to be. So basically, I just went around, I cut the whole perimeter. Then make sure, by the time I'm done with this, make sure you get all your final votes in on that, which pattern I'm going to do. Because once this is off, whatever that vote is, which I think I know where it's going to be, I am going to get to painting. And we will be taking bids on this koi painting itself, if anyone is interested in the actual painting. And remember, you guys who aren't members, if you want the best discounts this week, join up for the membership. It's only $2.99. Just scan that code where it says join now. So that'll be your $2.99 membership for the month. We'll get you 10% off everything. It'll also get you the free. The sparrow file will also be free for members. I re-enabled that. So those are all on there. So join up. You'll get 40% off everything. And we will go from there. I think we have 2 bids, Kaylee. So we got $150 from Steve and Cheese Grits NyQuil. There's a blind bid for $200.
There's a blind bid.
I don't know why he did blind bid, but
What is a blind bid?
in this context, blind bids usually you bid without looking at other bids. I think. I don't know. Anyway, so if that's a legit bid, let us know.
I think it is.
So I think we are.
Confused. Cheese Grits and NyQuil, is that your actual bid? Is your bid $200?
Yes. Yeah, so Cheese Grits and NyQuil, yeah, that's your bid, right? Your bid is for the 200. I'm reading it right. We'll just double check to confirm.
I don't have anything to write.
There's a Sharpie right in front of you, and there's Post-its right there.
Yeah, it's the bid.
Okay. So we're at $200 to start out. Without seeing the painting. Yes, that would be a blind bid, but you know what the painting's roughly going to be, so.
This pen doesn't work.
The Sharpie doesn't work?
No.
Oh, that pen? Yeah, that pen's busted. Aha. All right, so let's get rid of that. And go.
I'm just gonna write cheese.
Yeah, I think you get fine. Let's see here. I think this camera's exposure a little too high. Yeah, that's better. I don't know why my exposure never saves. Alright, so this is what we got going. I'm going to zoom in just a little more. So I want it to fill the screen. Alright, so what do we got for a wind, Kaylee? Wind or fan?
Wind. Wind.
Wind. Alright, so this was the fan pattern, which means I can save this for something else. And we got this little bad boy right here, which is just, I've always loved this pattern. And I haven't used it yet, so this will be really cool. Rod Tickle, what's happening, man? So, this is basically how I do a lot of things. It's countermask, so if this is all covered, it's fine. You know, I could use my trusty hinge technique, but I'm just going to freehand it. What could go wrong? I'm just going to lay this in place. And I go squeegee. So really what I'm going for is I want the lines to stay white. So it mimics that pattern, that style. And then we're going to do some mix of blues. For that background. And hopefully this weed's pretty easy. There we go. So I'm not too worried about here. It's just going to pull off that guy. You just gotta be a little more careful when you're like mask on top of mask, because obviously this transfer tape underneath, which I started to draw him with, is obviously not. The vinyl's gonna stick to it, but it's not gonna stick to it as hard as it will, the sanded scuff surface. So just take your time when you do patterns like this. This is actually surprisingly easy to weed out, and I actually, before I made this file fully downloadable, Mike Manning, post-COVID drink, thank you, sir. Fastest weed job ever. Do you prefer the method of transferring water mask? Do you have preferred a method transferring polymer mask? I'm not sure if frisbee versus transfer tape. What frisbee versus transfer tape means, but for the most part, I use transfer tape. And I will use like a see-through transfer tape if I'm on a curved surface. So, well, Rod, thank you for popping in, my friend. Appreciate it. Frisket, never frisket. Ever, 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 ever. Frisket, which means it's actually frisket type. Frisket's often used as a term for like clear masking material or like semi-transparent masking material. But Frisket itself, which was a brand of a more specific type of film, has way too many issues with solvent. Has way too many issues even with some of the water-based paint. So I never use anything that says Frisket on it. I use vinyl transfer tape, or I use paint mask, which is designed to be run through a plotter or hand cut. So I'll use either Avery. My preferred is obviously FBS. I use, typically this was FBS blue mask is what I used. And then you got the gold, which is the paper type, which is amazing if you're on rough surfaces too. And then we have, the green mask as well, which is like the blue, but it's transparent. This. That. You are welcome. Frisket's horrible. It's horrible material. It has been since it came out in the 80s. It was great on illustration board and with gouache and watercolor and sometimes oil. But once you go into automotive, Frisket was just horrible. Horrible stuff. Especially the brand, Frisket. But other companies made it. Art Tool went through a whole bunch, gave me a bunch try, and I had more problems with it, especially if you're doing anything solvent-based. So, my thing is stay away from Frisket. Use vinyl mask or vinyl transfer tape. You'll have a much better time, and you won't have any issues. That's my rant. Sorry, Big Mountain. Yeah, no, yeah. Oh no, you have too much texture. Yeah, it's not even the texture. I just never. It's horrible. Just the glue on it's horrible. It's just horrible. So what I want to do is I want to do it a little. I'm gonna try something here. Hopefully I don't screw this up. I want to almost do like a watercolor in the background first, as like a mid shade, and then. So I'm going to use my cerulean blue. I did not do a paint list. I am doing cerulean blue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mist it and then water it and kind of pat it. And hopefully not have too big of a problem. So I'm just going to mist it in like this. Like I said, Frisket was great for illustration board back in the day, when you're using gouache or gouache or whatever, however you want to freaking say it, and watercolor and stuff. It worked great for that day. But all right, so take this, put some water. hope let's try some alcohol. Like I said, I want to give it a watery almost look. Let it sit for a sec. Now we're going to pat. There we go. Like I said, I want this to have almost like a watery colory look to it. So in person, it'll just have a really cool look. Do it one more time. There.
It's cold in here.
It's cold.
I'm freezing.
Kaylee's cold. I'm sorry. I turned the heat up, actually. Yeah, so that'll give it a cool kind of painterly look. That's what I'm going for. Vic, welcome. Thank you for popping in from Edmonton. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Greg Bagley, what's happening, man? Cool, I think that's kind of cool. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try let's see. Yeah. We're just going to hit some of these. Gonna give it, and I want to give it almost some shading depth, almost like a fan pattern, but just not quite. Oh, so I just put some water and isopropyl alcohol and let the reaction kind of happen. Then I was just using a paper towel. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. But see, by just hitting a couple of these, it's going to give me a little bit. Doing grabbing those discount. Is Micron discount with the Microns that I don't know about? Not that I need anymore. Just want to keep giving us a little bit of extra love. I don't have to go too nuts because half this over here, don't even want to see. Alright, so there we go. Cool, huh? I think that'll work. Now I can kind of freehand bridge them out a little bit. Yeah, Spray Gunner should be having some good deals on microns as well. I haven't been up on much. Just trying to get back into the swing of things. No, I mean, I want is kind of like Apple. They'll have some sales, but you're never going to get like a big blowout price. All right. I think that's it. You know what? I'm going to get my other brush out here. I've never heard of Galhari before. Well, if they're cool, cool. I tend not to go with brushes unless I can get parts and have representation very handily in the country. Alright, so this is cobalt, blue. I'm just going to hit them. I'm not going to do too much with that. I'm going to say that. Alright. Alright, so we should be able to... damn, I didn't record this. It's alright. It's alright.
Is that a bid?
No, I think I'm talking about microns.
Okay.
Yeah, the Towns have always... I started with Town VLs. I find the needles very soft overall. But I've always liked the girth of their brushes. Alright. Let's go back out here to here. Let's pull this stuff. So I'm going to try to pull a bunch at once because I think it'll make a good video. Now, the nice thing about FBS Blue, yes, it's more expensive than every other mask out there. It always pulls clean. It never leaves glue behind. And I'm going to tell you, when I was at SEMA this year, I had a couple panels, because I used some of the same graphics I did from last year. I had a few panels that I put masking on last year and then pulled masking off this year. And it pulled with the exact quality as I'm pulling the fresh stuff. No glue residue. That's sitting on on vinyl. That's sitting on a panel for a year. And no glue residue, no problem. Another testament to why that mask is so good. And it is pricier, but there's a reason for it, because it just works. If I had Avery left that long, or even not even close to that long, it would have left glue behind, or shrunk, or did something. So, not that I'm advocating leaving mask on for that long, but just one of those things you could, if you did. So now what I think I'm going to do around the outside edge. That's going to be a really cool look. And then I'm going to start doing some heavy drop shadow. That way we can poke him out. Because right now, thank you, man. Yeah, that's a cool pattern. And, you know, by coming in and kind of giving that water look, it looks really cool in person. All right. Thank you. Yes, don't forget to like and share. Hot Supply Warehouse, West has 20% off in March. That's cool. Gonna go around the edge. I love the cobalt blue hit over this. Off the cerulean, it just has great pop. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the whole guy, the whole koi. You're pretty broad too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do a very big, just overspray with this cobalt blue, and then I'm going to do tighter drop shadows, actual drop shadows. But I want to make sure I get good delineation. I wondered if... So what I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing a broad drop shadow here. I'm going to add black to it. I'm going to tighten it up so I get a really nice float. But you can see it's starting to get a nice separation overall. Yeah, you know, I like cobalt blue, but I never like it on its own. Typically, I always put it over like a lighter, like a cerulean blue, or I mix a cerulean in and get kind of a phthalo blue. And then I'll go cobalt towards the very end. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I have black candy. This is black candy mixed up. I want to add that to it. This is going to be my drop shadow color, and I'm going to use this for a lot of detail later. Yeah, the Takumi Microns are amazing. The Takumi Micron, I mean, the Takumi Eclipses are just great, which is what I'm using. I use for the whole beginning. Especially if you like a smaller body gun, like the Takumis are, you know, the side feed, the Eclipse, and that are both small body, and the new Takumi models are a 1/4 inch shorter than the original ones. Grex, I'm not a fan of at all, so we stay away from them. So yeah, so now what I'm doing here is I added that black candy to this, and that's going to give me my nice drop shadow. Because I want to hit these drop shadows now to really get that pop. And I'm going to come around here, and I'm going to make sure I float off the design. It's going to be a little tricky. And this is what I talk about a lot, in kind of pre-staging your stroke. Like, in kind of figuring out what you're going to do. You got to get that instant muscle memory, and then you can start on, and then just... Because you don't want to have to do the drop shadow twice if you don't have to. But now, if you look really close, it's hard to tell. The tip is way off here. And I come up here, the same thing. I can do this. I don't know what C, G, and N. I think I'm missing something. Oh, cheese grits and NyQuil, yeah. I'm going to do a subtle shadow there. And here, I'm going to come up and do the fin. Cool. Simple, simple. All right, going back to my Eclipse. Jonathan Downey, how's it going, man? Hope things are well out there. Sorry we didn't get to run into each other in Vegas. I know you were busy getting ready for the after show, and we were all busy during the show, so... No. Next time. Alright, so what I've done, just like I would when I plot a lot of times, I've already went in and pre-cut most of my lines. And I'm going to start working my way backwards, because I'm on a light colored surface, so I'm going to work background to foreground. So I'm going to pull off anything that's the background. And this is the same process I did what I did here, okay? Basically, I worked from background to foreground because this guy was putting like a paint on a white. And then what I did is I did the rendering with the mask pretty quick and then did everything just freehand airbrush from there. That's all this was done. So that you can really kind of see now. I'll get in. Oh, I did forget my fishnet, so I guess I'm not doing the scales tonight. Yeah, my 2 micron, my CM, and my custom, they're both over 20 something years old at this point. Oh, I did not do. So whenever we're doing this, I try to pull off as many items in working areas that I can. Just makes it go a little faster. Alright, so I started with him. And now I'm going to use Freehand Shield, and I'm just using my blue. I'm going to go in. Freehand. You know, I'm going to lighten this. Got some pocket graphics going here. Which those you can now get on Spray Gunner because they sell Iwata now. Before you couldn't because they didn't sell Iwata. But now you can. Pocket graphics skulls, all available now. I'm going to use my pocket graphics. I'm going to do some little fins. Turn the pressure down. I'm way too high. So my base and clear guns, I use, depending on which base I do, I have my LPH 400 orange cap. That's one of my favorite base coat guns. Especially for like pearls and metallics. When I go up to like candies, I'll go to like my the Supernova, like the Eco, the green cap. That's the LS 400. And then my clear, I use my clear gun is the Supernova LS 400 silver cap, gray cap. That thing's just a beast. It just lays out so much material so fast. And the new Gen 2s that are coming out now have ridiculous speed and transfer efficiency. Like, too much. Like, almost you're going to run it if you're not careful. You don't care how long you've been spraying for. Hey, Mom! Mom just popped in. Mark Rambling, what's going on? Force me what's happening. Fred, thanks for popping in. Yeah, I love my LS for clear. It's a beast. It lays out. And the new one, they have the new ones, the new clear ones, I think are a blue cap. I haven't used it yet, but I've gone through all the stats on. They had them at SEMA, and the new removable digital gauge is just ridiculous. I'm sure we're done. Ow! Just put the wrong thing in my paint. Oh, please. Moms, people on YouTube say hi. Big Mountain saying hi. Hiya, Karen. Kaylee is in the background. She's just silent tonight.
Yeah, I have a bad canker, so it hurts a lot.
So don't forget, we do have a bid on this. I think our bid's at 200 right now. Thank you for super chats. That going. Gonna finish off this year strong. This is always the odd time of year because everyone up here is still trying to ride their bikes as long as they can. So anything that's booked, it's on like weather contingent right now. Like till the first sanding truck hits, everyone keeps their stuff on the road here. Once the sander hits, then it's game on. Those fins done. Just for everyone, and those discounts apply to everything on the store. So you got the Skull Revolution one, you got all the Reaper stuff, all the patterns. If you're members here on the channel, you're going to get that 40% off. So my vinyl, the transfer tape I use is just Oracle, or not Oracle, is R-Tape AT75 or the Conform series. And then the vinyl mask I used for the wave pattern, that was FBS Blue Mask, which that you can't get on Amazon. But that is available from Coast, anyone who sells Cumberland. And I'm not sure if Spray Gunner has FBS yet or not. Alright, so now we're going to get the lower body down here. I will try to put a link in the description for the vinyl mask. If not, you can always use Avery. Avery paint mask works great. I really wish I brought my fish scale thing up here. I left it in the garage shop, so apologize. Yeah, flat clear's the best flat clear on the planet that I've used overall from anyone that sprays the nicest. Is Vintage. So Vintage paints, their flats are the most consistent, easiest to spray, best durability, most consistent stuff I've used out of anyone else's, whether House of Color or Tamco. Anyone who wants to claim it, Vintage I've had the best luck with, and it just works so damn well. That's my preferred flat clear. My gloss clear, House of Color or the new Ace of Shades kills it from anyone as far as gloss and buff and posh how it lays down. As far as, I'm going to be honest, the Tamco clear always sprayed down peely for me. Never liked it. Tried it with them a bunch of times. I always thought it was like PPG's 2042. Was never a fan. And once you buffed it, it was fine. But I don't support Tamco on this page anymore, period, for a lot of other reasons. But even when I use their stuff, and I used to like their primers. Their speed clear was good. Donna, what's happening? And Donna, for all you Canadian folks and U.S., Maple Airbrush Supply in the house. They've been a supporter of mine for a very long time. Even before a lot of other companies. Remember my original Pocket Graphics when we stopped making them? They were the first ones. They basically buy me out of them. And they've been... they've just been amazing through the years. So. Yeah, no, I always have the best luck with, I've had the best luck with HOK over the years for super wet. And now the new, so vintage flats, like if you want flat, like actually flat clear, is great. But they also working with Ace of Shades. They're gonna have some amazing stuff just because I know the chemistry they're using for their products. So they're gonna be one to really look out for. Me and Dawn have been also chatting. We got to try to get some class time up in Canada at some point. We're going to see if we can work that out this year. Let's see what that entails. Getting up there. I'd love to. Basically, like a lot of work, and I'm not really doing this how-to, this is just to paint something cool, see if anyone wants to buy it. I work my way from the background forward, keeping it really simple. Enough that we can get a lot of freehand work into this later. You'll see what I mean. And that's actually, I've never been to that side of Canada. It's always Montreal or, you know, that area because I have family up in Nova Scotia. So those are the only two areas I've ever been in. So I'm going to put just a little bit. Yeah, I've heard diamond clear. You know, it's actually a really good low-cost clear, too. I've had great luck with over the years for a two-part clear. Warlock, what's going on, man? I'm alive. Yep, and live. Is TranStar. I have great luck with TranStar first price. Great results. I know some guys. I'm not going to say who uses them, but I know some guys that put on so many layers of clear that they should have failures, and they don't with it. It boggles my mind. I don't like, yeah, that humidity clear crap, I don't trust it. Mainly because in our area we're way too all over the place. Some people swear by it. I want to draw the line there, as I don't want anything to, I'm not risking that stuff. especially up here where you can paint something in the afternoon and then 2 hours later. Yeah, their Euro Classic was just I haven't used it in a while. I know guys who do, and they had great luck with it. Like I said, I don't clear as much as I used to, so I work with so many shops now that do a lot of their own work. Oh yeah, yeah. And I used to use Nason and all sorts of Sickens and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, I like the wave pattern on this one. For those who are joining who weren't at the beginning, I'm going to go through a little sales pitch again. That we have all our holiday deals going. So that's all the Cyber Monday, Black Friday. Use Merry 30 at checkout, Cyber 30 at checkout. You're going to get your 30% off for anyone. And for all our members who are members here at the YouTube channel, you get an extra 10. So if you haven't joined up as a member, you can join there first. You go to the dashboard and the membership dashboard, you do, and there's a discount code there for members only. Use that in your checkout and you'll get 40 off. I'm going to run that till Monday. Yeah, Nace was decent budget line. Sickens was good at the time. Everything changes over the years. Okay. Let's get all this mask off now. I just want to paint and freehand and go from there. Yeah, we're not going to judge on spelling here. Don't worry about it. This stuff is all just peel, quick registration. It's just for freehand. And I literally just tap it. That's all it's for. It's just for registering in. I wouldn't touch 3M for tape now if you gave it to me. FBS just crushes it. Price-wise, support-wise, quality. 3M can't even compete with them anymore as far as quality. Here's volume. And they have the worst fine line vinyl tape on the market. There's, FBS is my go-to for it, but there's like 8 other brands that are already better than 3M. Like 3M for a lot of other stuff. It's almost the last piece of mask to come off, except for that last whisker. Ta-da! Cool, all the mask is off. Alright. All the mask is off. Now it's just freehand time. Yeah, they made the best tapes, and their industry support is just above any other company. And the owner of it paints. You know, the owner of it's a lowrider painter. You know, from way back, Dan's done some amazing lowriders, and he's big in the community. And he knows what we want and what we want to use. And him buying the company is just going to has made it even better. Scroll back up. And try to wrap this up here. Again, like all my other work, I will go in and do some more work after. We are at, I think, Kaylee, 200 bid. Still the high?
Yeah.
So we're at 200 bid. And let's see. Got a little reducer. I'll wrap this up. Gary Shees, what's happening, brother? Thank you for popping in. Congratulations on the nuptials. Yeah, Dan, well, same thing. Yeah, he's just good people. I got some plans with FBS to do some videos coming up, some usage videos. That's coming very soon. I'm going to work on some of them. I forgot to give Gary the big. Michael Cohen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing tonight. I'm going to make my November end pretty well, considering between SEMA being sick for a week, 2 weeks of not working much, and last week's fee losing that. Everything really helps, so thank you very much. Really appreciate it, guys. Soften some edges here, get a little detail going. Give it some spots. I'm probably going to go back through after and put some scales. in, so whoever buys it, there'll be some additional stuff happening per usual. Kayla, if you're crashing, you can head out.
No, I touched my cheek weird. That hurt.
Tommy Ham, what's going on, brother? How many different color versions have you done in koi? Unfortunately, not too many. I always tend to go blue, but I've done like a black, I've done orange, I've done the red and orange. I just did the double blue. I've done some other colors on like motorcycles before. I need to do, I want to do some white and orange traditional ones coming up. The blue always does so well on camera, though whenever I do the reds, it's such a pain. I did a purple ones a while back. And I think I did a teal. I want to do a copper one soon, like on a copper panel. Watching some of Dennis Mathewson's. Well, you gifted 5 memberships. I didn't even know you could do that. So Izzy Bear's got a member, Jason Killer Capricorn, Reaper Productions. That's awesome, man. Make sure they know about those discounts too, members. Franz Gerber, what's going on? Thanks for popping in. Lindsay J, that's awesome. I didn't even know you could do that. That's great. Drop shadows there. It takes. There we go.
Oh, that's cool.
What's that?
Gifted membership.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that on. I knew you could do it on like Twitch and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never seen anyone do it on. You're the first one to ever do that. Huge. Oh, Yogurt, so oh, good. You got the download. Good. I want to make sure people know about that. For those who are just joining too. The Pattern Mega Collection, if you haven't already bought it yet, it's one of the best collections I've ever done up until tonight's Sashiko collection, which is, obviously this one here, which is even way cooler. But the Pattern Collection has the new add-on that was just added today for free, which is the Shining Carpet. So definitely, if you already haven't got it, go download it. And if you haven't downloaded the whole set, that's a set with a 40% off that you definitely want to get. Yes, sir. Message me over on Facebook. I'll make sure you get the link. I'll try to send a separate one, or just send you the file separately. Or if you have your original email from when you originally purchased a set, you should be able to just re-download from there. But message me afterwards. We'll get you all sorted, or we'll get you sorted. You know, might be too late tonight, but I'll give it a shot. But yeah, let me know. The email should have went out to everyone. But if you didn't, then just message me. I'll get you taken care of. You got it, sir, in time. Add some white now. Do some white highlights, and we are going to call this done. Enough for the feed. When I do white, I'm not using pure white. I'm using an off blue. White with a little blue mixed in. I was really trying to get done so you can go check out Tim Lewis's, but he'll be going for a while. I think his is the only one left tonight, right? SRM, are you still subscribed? Like on when you put your email in, if you unsubscribe to emails, you won't get the announcement. So that might have happened if you haven't been getting any announcements lately. We'll have to go back through your profile and make sure you're all set up for that. We'll get it sorted. We will get it sorted. Yeah, so Tim's on now. Make sure you guys pop over to Tim. Oh, yes, Time Warp on tonight too. Yeah, we're all trying to do Wednesday because none of us would do Thursday. So I'm going to be wrapping this up right now. I'm going to sign this. So if you're thinking about doing a bid, get your last one in. I think we're still at the 200. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. We'll get it figured out. If not, I know you bought it in the past, so I could just private message you. But I like to get it squared so that way. Because they have other announcements coming too. I want to make sure everyone gets them. A little pocket graphics hit there. And I think that's kind of a pretty cool, quick painting for an hour and a half. We went over this stuff here. For those joining, this is the Sashiko pattern set. This is going to have that. It's got the clouds, the hexagon floral, the two different versions of it. You got the fan. This bitch's circle pattern. It's going to be awesome ghosted onto a bike. That's really going to kill your eyes, especially if you do it right and do two shades. It's going to be awesome. Like if I'm doing this, I'm going to pull the little ones first, do one pass, then start pulling the outer ones and do the next pass, and you'll get that double shade. Oh, so the new one is the Shining add-on. So if you downloaded it tonight, that will be there. So there's another fan. You got the shells, a weave, the wind, which is what we use tonight, which is this one here. And like that one's gonna be really trippy. So this is all the Sashiko pattern. This this is all available for download right now on MckayFineArt.com. So you can kind of see, you see a little bit of them there, but there's 12 of them. And just go there and look at it. And don't forget your discounts, buy some stuff over the weekend, and go back and do some videos. I'm going to go through and start doing a bunch of editing soon. And that way you guys can like really go follow some how-tos. Oh, you got it? Awesome, man. Try to get my pen working here. Oh, there we go. So the add-on was the Shining one that I could put on tonight, but this was the set that's all available now, which is the whole Sashiko set. I'm gonna sign this. Any last-minute bids? I think who was the bid? Was it Cheese Nyquil at 200 still?
Yeah, I haven't seen any other things.
I'll go back through and double check, but I didn't see anything.
I went through. I've been going through every like few minutes just to make sure I didn't miss anything. But
so we have a final $200 bid on here. From Cheese Grits and NyQuil. Maybe this one we can actually meet up instead of shipping. Since you're close. Let's see what this nice border looks like. $13.41. iPad. Thanks. Not sure if it affects it either, but it'll probably be fine. If not, people just go to the website. I'll double check that for next time, though. All right, crazy kids, that's what we got going on. I want everyone to have an awesome Thanksgiving, time with family, friends, and whatever debauchery you want to get into. And then we'll start making our way to Christmas. We got 4 weeks to then, 4 live feeds. Got to make some serious plans for what I want to do for the holidays. Don't forget to use those discount codes. Let's make sure we put those up one more time. Just so you have all these. You got your 30% off and then 40% for members. So if you guys are members, get that 40 off. Shashikus are live. Patterns are all live. You know, so you can get the Shiku, I think, so it'll be $60 instead of 100. And that's 12 patterns. The big pattern set, now that's up to almost 16 patterns you get for the 110 and then the discount. And then obviously the Skull Revolution, which has been a real blast. Everyone's really dug that. And don't forget, we got the Reapers and we got the other stuff, the Spiders, the original Black Widows. I think it's time to do a fresh video on the Black Widow series and kind of bring that back to light, some other ones we got going on. And don't forget, you guys, look in the descriptions. There's another free download of the Sparrow. So if you go back like 2 months ago, there was a Sparrow how-to. That vector file is free for all members as well. If anyone has any problems with that, email me for that as well. So happy Thanksgiving. Hope everyone has a happy and healthy holidays. Great to be back. I got through the whole thing without coughing, which is amazing. And yeah, have a happy, healthy, safe one. Thanks for all your concerns when I did have COVID and all the SEMA stuff. So thanks, everyone. See you all real soon, and catch you next time. Peace.